What's the haps? I'm John, aka Meroka, and welcome to Spiel. Carrying on as we are with the rocket hammer, for that's the thing. I don't know, I'm going to use it. Whatever. We are, as you can tell by the Jaws music in the background, in Candlestick Keep. We're in Diamond Rock Tier 3, which begins off rather undeadly. So, that's the thing. So we're going to be fighting lots of cats and things, and honestly it just looked like the most interesting of Stratums this week. I'm not a fan of Candlestick Keep, but there was a ridiculous amount of compounds elsewhere, and I don't know why the Clockworks are so predisposed, but a ludicrous amount of the old green levels, which I grow weary of. I mean, I have said I liked them before. There is such a thing as too many green levels. I have done Jade Tangle and what have you far too many times this week. For I have brought a third weapon along with me. I have brought a Silent Nightblade, because obviously that needs turning into, you know, a hentai sword. You know, the obsidian, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going edge. That's the one. So that's about, I can't remember whether I got that to level 7 or 8, but I'm working on it. I'm working on heating that up. That should be a new sword by next week. And it can replace the Acheron in my arsenal. But for the moment, we're doing the old, slow, tedious heat things up process, because obviously it's not terribly viable to do Vanaduke so much for heating things up anymore. Thanks, 3 rings! Appreciate that one. Yeah. Anyway, let's do some Spiral Knights news. Yeah! So, in the news this week, Apocrypha. If you had been living under a rock and were not aware of this, Apocrypha is back. I have videos out on that. You can go check them out. You can go find out fairly useful tips and best practices and things that you can get, including the Nipple Tentacle Aura, which is available for 10,000 tokens if you are the sort of person who has the time and patience to grind 10,000 tokens. I am not, especially not for Nipple Tentacles. I'm sure the Nipple Tentacles will fetch a nice price at the auction house, but, you know, it's a bit steep. And I don't have that kind of patience. My patience is minimal. I'm a lazy person, what can I say? But there is more. There is other news. There is, of course, the Steam sale going on at the minute. How does this affect us? Well, we get to buy lots of cheap games. And it also affects us, specifically in the Spiral Knights realm, because there is Spiral Knights DLC, which is sold on Steam, and therefore goes in the Steam sale. So that's worth checking out. So, we have Operation Crimson Hammer. If you have not yet picked up Operation Crimson Hammer, now would be a fine time to do it. In addition to getting this shiny hammer, we also get the Dark Retribution bomb, the big swirly, evil, smash things up bomb. And you can also get yourself a Mask of Cirrus, which is a rather nice elemental mask that I have never gotten around to getting, because I'm stupid like that. It would be easy to get. I have never bothered. I think I've only ever done Operation Crimson Hammer once on Tier 3, just to get all the 5-star weapons. But there we go. If you're a little bit less lazy than me, you can go get that nice and easy. These are awkward to take out. Might be less awkward if I had brought a bomb. Not a bomb. A gun. A gun would do it. A bomb might also do it. I don't know. Who knows? Either way. And there's also, I should say, that brings it, that's, Operation Crimson Hammer is now 75% off, so that brings it down to £1 something. It's pretty cheap. It's very cheap, in fact. Yes, you should be checking that one out. If you've not got it, 75% off it is as good as it's going to get. Unless you really, really, really want it for free, then you can, yeah, you can buy it in-game for energy, but that's going to be a lot of grinding. If you're willing to part with real currency for it... why do I feel like I've missed one of the direction? No, I didn't. No, I haven't. I've checked all the routes, right? Yes, I think so. Yes. If you're willing to part with real currency for it, this is the cheapest amount of real currency that you're going to be able to get away with selling it for. It is at such a level that you could probably make that money by selling the Steam trading cards and stuff that you get from the event and whatnot. I have made like £5 in my Steam wallet so far this event, just from selling cards, so yeah, it's a pretty lucrative event if you're not into the whole buying into the trading card system. you just want to go onto the Steam market and sell your things for money, you can make a little bit of money, enough to buy Operation Crimson Hammer with. There's also, lest we forget, Spiral Knights does have 2 pieces of DLC. We also have the Guardian's Armor Pack, so that's available as well. The Guardian's Armor Pack is 50% off, bringing it down to £15 or your regional equivalent. That's not the best deal it's ever been. In November 2012, various Steam sale tracking sites will tell us, it was down to 75% off. However, it's been on sale a whole bunch of times since then, and it has never once been more than 50% off, so it seems like Three Rings didn't much like doing it for 75% off, and may not have plans to do that again. I mean, absolutely, yeah, exercise caution. I mean, they may do it for 75% off again, and, you know, you may end up going, oh, damn it, I wish I'd waited till then. So, yes, you know, buyer beware, caveat emptor and whatnot. But the current trend seems to suggest that it's not likely to go for more than 50% off. So if you were really wanting the fancy armors, and hang on 1 second, let me go stand in the light where I can go show off the armors. I can't really change into them so much, but you will get, we scroll right down here, we will get the Heavenly Guardian armor, that one, the Heavenly Guardian helm, that one, the Infernal Guardian armor, and the Infernal Guardian helm. By the way, I picked it up when it was 75% off. It's a good deal for that armor, I like that. It also comes with a bunch of energy, and I think that was the one that came with the silver keys. I forget the details that are in it. Go check that out on the Steam page. You get a whole bunch of different things in there, including the armors. So, on the whole, at 75% off, it's an incredibly good deal. At 50% off, it's less amazing, but you may feel it's worth it. Oh my god, that's... check out the Mew Cat! It's cute! Oh, it's so rare! And there's nothing I can do except splat it with a hammer. This is the only option the game has left me, is to splat the tiny adorable Mew Cat with a hammer. Three Rings, you are a cruel mistress, but I shall do as you bid. Splat. Aww. It's not as wonderful as a Love Puppy, but it's still very adorable. Love Puppies love us. That thing just floats around and doesn't harm us. Which is a lot better than most things in the Clockworks. Most things are quite happy to chew us up and make a mess. No. So yeah, those are your 2 relevant Steam deals that you may want to look at. It's because they're DLCs. There's no chance of it coming up in any sort of community choice or daily deals. So where people often advise, oh, with the Steam sales, wait until it comes up on a daily deal or what have you. It's DLC in this particular instance, so that's not going to happen. They don't do DLC as a daily deal. I've never seen that happen. Only full games go on as daily deals, community choices, flash sales, what have you. So there's no sense in holding out if you want it. If you want the Guardian's Armor Pack and £15 sounds reasonable to you, it's there for you to take. That is your thing. So that's the news this week. There may still be some prize boxes on the go, I forget. We are just past the solstice. I guess the solstice prize boxes probably are still on the go. We have a quick look at that. Solstice prize boxes. Yes, solstice prize boxes are still available for you to collect. So that's the thing. If we go into the trading, not trading, specials, go into specials. We've got all this available. We have the Iron Gear, which was actually last summer's promo, and it's kind of steep. I mean, you got Iron Dragon Wings, very nice, very rare, but 75,000 energy is... Geez, you could buy Black Rose Regalia for less than that, I'm quite sure. Iron Wolf Tail for 30,000, that's also pretty steep. And the other bits aren't actually that bad. You can go into the Steam market and pick them up for a pittance. It's not actually too bad to get a hold of them. I have a few of the wolf stuff myself that I've never quite got around to unpacking. They are bound to 1 per account if you go through the market, I think. I suspect if you go through the supply depot you can probably pick up more, but if you want more than 1 per account, it's kind of difficult to do through the Steam market. But in many instances you can pick up some cheap stuff. Also, bearing in mind, there's also this, as part of the Steam Summer Sale, they've also got a weird metagame thing going on, which gets you very similar gear this year. Instead of the iron stuff, we've actually got Gold gear. It's very similar, but it's gold. And I will, at the end of the sale, when it's the lowest price it's ever going to get, I'd say hold off until June the 30th if you're going to get that from the market. The market is a very cheap place to pick things up that's cool like that. But hang fire until the end of the sale, because that's when the prices are going to be at their lowest. After that, they're no longer going to be available, and it's going to be, the price is only going to go up from there. So hang on till the end of the sale. And that was a terrible level up, but whatever. I would prefer a double level up game. Thank you. So that's the thing. So yes, if you're interested in gold wolf gear or what have you, and you want to pick it up from the market on the cheap. Because I think the gold wolf tails are now they're down to less than £1, which is actually pretty nice on that front. I will probably pick up a tail, actually. The armor's down to less than 10 pence. The tail is, I think, at the bare minimum of 3 pence that it will ever get. And yeah, it's pretty good. So pick them up. Damn it! Oh no, I'm wearing my heavenly iron. Crud! I've got shock weakness. I did not contemplate this fact. Well, damn it. That's not really worked out for me, has it? Stupid hammer. I blame the hammer. It's all the hammer's fault. Get smashed. And you. No. Don't. Oh, this is going to be a horrible level for me all the way through. I'm quite sure of it. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. So as I say, yes, Steam Market, best place to get it. June 30th. Wait till then. Everything will be cheap. Get yourself gold armor. I will almost undoubtedly be modeling that for your perusal next week so that you can see what that looks like, and that's awesome. I did also see someone on Reddit posted a thing where they'd reskinned all the obsidian gear to be gold so that it matches that, and it looks really cool. I may have to do, I don't know, is a texture pack showcase thing an appropriate thing to do for Spiral Knights? I may have to show that off at some point. I'll test it out and see how it works and see if it's cool. Because it looks pretty cool. I don't know, I'm not aware of many people doing that kind of thing on a regular basis. I could be totally wrong. Maybe people are, but I don't know. I know, obviously, Latazan and Sky played silly buggers with that kind of feature for their April Fool's Day stuff. But I've not seen people doing their own takes on armor and recolors and reskins and things. So that's a cool new thing that I didn't know people were in the business of doing, and I'm quite glad that they are, because that's awesome. Whether that's condoned and sanctioned by Three Rings or not, I'm not sure. That could be a thing where it's like, no. I mean, I know World of Warcraft back in the day, you could do that, but Blizzard didn't like you doing that. I'm not aware they ever actually banned anyone for it, but it was against terms of service, and you weren't supposed to reskin your characters and whatnot. That was not considered to be a particularly cool thing to do by Blizzard. But like I say, never actually banned anyone. It might be the equivalent of buying bolted Vs. You're not supposed to do it, but nothing much is going to come of it unless you buy 100,000 of them. So that's a thing. Anyway, I think that's probably much of what we have in Spiral Knights news world this week. Haha, I got you before you exploded. Loot for me. Let's do some questions, for questions are a thing that I do around here. If you have any questions and things you want me to talk about, please leave them in the comments below, and I will be able to answer them in future episodes. And that will be fun, and you'll get a mini shout out because I will tell you who asked the question, so your name will be mentioned. You'll go down in fame forever, at least in one obscure internet YouTube video. Sure. Oh great, I'm shocked again. Isn't this armor set fun, guys? So fun. I need to make an alternative undead fighting set that doesn't involve the heavenly iron gear. Jesus Christ. I've got the Snarlax gear. I should be wearing that. My god. At any rate, yes, let's do questions, because I have a few questions. Obviously, I've still got that ridiculous shopping list of Sky Scythe's questions. So let's pick one of those off the list. I got a couple of others, but we need to get through Sky Scythe's shopping list. We have you ever sat down at the computer with an intent to actually do a thing and realize you have absolutely nothing to do? No. No, that doesn't happen. I have way too much to do. Not I'm a busy man. Probably once upon a time, but not in recent history that I can think of. I usually quite the opposite. In fact, these days I sit down at the computer thinking, I'm just gonna sit down and play some games, and then I'm like, oh crap, no, I should record a video. No, I've got that one to edit. And I was like, oh no, I've still got video to upload, and oh yeah, I'm supposed to be working on that shopping list application, and I've got another idea for a game going around in my head at the minute that I really want to work on. I'm not going to go into that one at the moment to actually start work on it, but I've got another idea for a game that I want to make in Game Maker. And I should probably be sending emails to the press to try and get review copies, so I got something to actually record next week. And I probably have emails that I haven't responded to anyway that I need to respond to. And I've just always got work to do. It's kind of downtime. I act like I've got no downtime. The thing is, I sort of mix in my work and my downtime, and I just end up procrastinating a lot. I do stuff, but I do it very slowly, and spend a lot of time watching videos and reading stuff on the internet in the middle of it all. So it gets done, but slowly in the middle of doing stuff that I'm not supposed to be doing. I do not separate my work and play especially well, I'm afraid. I'm really bad at doing that. So that's the thing. So let's grab the hearts and smash the healer. Get smashed. Ooh, that smashed it up pretty good. I mean, I ran into the explosives, but I smashed it up pretty good. I can't help but feel the rocket hammer would be really awesome, and probably overpowered, but if it inflicted a status of some sort. Maybe just reduce the damage and do a variant. That'd be cool. Like a poison hammer? No, that'd be too much. Stun hammer would work, though. Let me just stun things when I hit them with the hammer. Or is that just a pseudo-Ruska? I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, that's my work strategy, I suppose. Green Link! My wife says, you've gone on record to utter the phrase, never work with children and animals. Have you any experience with animals, pets belonging to friends, etc. that you would like to share? By the way, if anyone's not getting the wife thing, I've done that 2 weeks in a row now. Go watch the Spiral Lights footage. It's a stupid in-joke from Spiral Lights. Go check that out. That's over on Lattazan's channel. Yeah. That phrase, never work with children and animals, I mean, I have said that. It's not particularly any particular mantra of mine or anything. It's actually, it's a performing arts thing. It's people who work in TV, film, theatre, that kind of thing. You'll probably hear them say that. It's just generally observing the idea that children and animals tend to be really difficult to work with, because children, you know, if you're trying to get them to, you know, actually perform, often, the younger they are, the worse they are as well for this. They're going to get distracted and want to do other things, and they're like, oh, I'm bored, can we go do something else now? You know, you do get child actors, and maybe they're better to work with, I don't know, but broadly speaking, if you're just trying to wrangle a child into some sort of acting role, it's going to be trouble. As well as animals. Animals, you can't really give them direction. They are animals. They are difficult to communicate with, so yes, that's where that one comes from. Never work with children or animals is the mantra, or people in the performing arts. In my own personal experiences, actually, animals, not so much. I mean, the time I uttered that, I was working with animals in Minecraft, and animals in Minecraft were terrible. I guess you're referring to the time I was trying to escort the donkey across an ocean without a lead. I was just trying to push it by hand across an ocean. So that was fun. That's the kind of work you have to do with animals in Minecraft. I've never had to work with animals per se, you know, IRL, so I'm not, no good stories animals wise. And kids, I've worked with kids. I mean, I worked in the theatre for a stint. I did backstage technical lighting type stuff. One could say I'm still sort of involved in that in a vaguely freelance kind of way, but I haven't done any work in ages. I don't know whether I'm a lighting guy or not. Who can say? Yeah, well, obviously in that role I've done kids shows. I mean, working in little independent theatres, you get plenty of school groups come in, like school dance performances and school. There was like a Shakespeare festival, school Shakespeare. Classes of kids came in and performed Shakespeare, and generally speaking, you know, those shows were alright to work. You know, kids were they were fun to have around, you know. They weren't. It's usually the people directing shows that are the least pleasant to work with, actually. The kids themselves are pretty fun. But that's that. Yes. Never work with directors. That's my mantra in the performing arts. Directors are a nightmare. I'm not liking this hammer. I'm taking a lot of hits with this hammer that I would not have taken had I brought my voltage. I should bring my voltage. Suck it, hammer. Maybe I just do not have enough practice with the hammer yet. But every time I charge with it, I just seem to go whee into a crowd of things and get nommed. That's the thing. I'm going through these questions faster than I had anticipated. I have something else I will mention if we run out of time. Anyway, Tiny Wings. I think this one got sent to me in game actually, rather than on the channel, because I looked at the comments just before I recorded this, like make sure nobody's commented and I haven't totally missed it or forgotten about it or anything. But I've got this question. I don't know where it came from, so I have a feeling it came to me through an in-game message. So Tiny Wings, if you'd have to pick a food to eat for the rest of your life and nothing else, what would it be? There's a lot of food I like. I think the one thing I tend to eat, like, I shouldn't be, stupid auto attack, I wasn't supposed to be attacking that. One thing I eat a ridiculous amount of that I could quite happily continue to eat a lot more of, for the rest of my life if need be, pasta bake. Pasta bake is delicious. I do damn near live off the stuff. I usually have several jars lying around. And it's so easy to make. You put pasta into a cooking dish, you pour the sauce over, you add some water to it, and you bake for about 45 minutes, put some cheese on somewhere in the middle of all that, and at the end of it you have something which is utterly, utterly delicious. So, that is my food of choice for the rest of my life. I'm thinking about it, I'm sure there must be other things that I should... Ooh, Silent Nightblade gonna be a good choice here? It's not bad. However, I have lost my emergency revive and I am low on health, so let's actually use some pills. How about? I prefer Acheron. It's not a bad little sword, but it's better when you upgrade it. I can't immediately think of any other food in my life which I eat with such regularity and enjoy with such regularity, so that's probably going to be a thing. I mean, as oftentimes I'll be like, ooh, I'll cook something new, and I'm like, oh, this food is amazing, and then I'll cook it a few more times over the next few weeks, and then, you know, by the end of it, I'm like, you know what, I'm getting pretty bored of this food, so, yeah, I'm just gonna stop cooking it. I've done that with a few things. I'm like, oh, it's such an amazing dish. Why have I not eaten this before? Why should I eat this on a regular basis? And then by the end of it, I'm just like, nah. I actually grow weary of this food. Pasta bake, like I said, I've been eating that for years, and for some reason, I have never gotten bored of that one. So that's an okay food. That's okay on the Meroka scale, because there's obviously I am the definition of scales for food. I define food quality around the world. If you wish to have your dish approved for your restaurant, you must run it by me first. I'm gonna pop another pill. I will rate your food, and if it's not pasta bake, I will not approve it. Actually, pizza as well. I'm big on Italian food, I guess. Pizza is also a great one. I could probably also quite happily live with pizza. Particularly if it's my dad's pizza. I don't know what my dad does different to every other pizza maker in the world, but my dad makes a phenomenal pizza, and I really wish he would give me the recipe one day, because I want to know how to make that myself. I would probably mess it up, but I would like to at least know how I'm supposed to make it, even if I can't actually make it. So there. That's, yes, pizza and or pasta. Italian food. They would be good for the rest of my life. So, I've run out of all the questions I had put aside for this episode. There is, whilst we wrap up this episode, I will point out that I mentioned last week Patreon. I said, oh, I'll try and have that up and running and active by the time the episode goes out. I have not particularly done that. I will probably put it live. I've spent some time setting it up because it actually took a lot longer to set up than I actually anticipated it might. I'll probably set that live tonight to go with this video, and there will be a link in the outro, so I'll change the outro slightly. It may be worth designing a new one of these days, so that's got a link to Patreon on it, so that you can support me there, because I would like people to support me. That would be a good thing to do. So there are a bunch of, if you're not familiar with that, if you weren't paying attention last week or missed last week's because of Apocalypse and what have you, I did notice actually that video was slightly down on view count to usual, presumably because of Apocalypse, it kind of overshadowed things. It's kind of a subscription-based, kind of like Kickstarter kind of thing for supporting artists you enjoy, and I'm hoping that I'm an artist that at least some people enjoys. Was that a sentence that made sense? I'm going to assume it was. So basically, you can choose how much you would like to subscribe to me by. You can pay as much or as little as you want. There's a little box that you can type in exactly how much you want to pay, much like Kickstarter and what have you. And that you'll pay that much per month, and for as long as you are subscribed, you'll receive a number of perks. For the $1, I will try to make an effort to put out extra content. I will put an at least, depending on, you know, how things go, at least one extra video a week, I think, for people who pay $1 or more. So there'll be, I'm not taking any content away from the channel, but I will be adding extra bonus stuff for people who want to support me. So there'll be an extra video for $1 a month, for was it $3 or $5? I can't remember what I set it at. I think it might maybe $5 I set it at. For $5, oh lord, there's a freeze thing. You're not supposed to be here. This is a fireplace. It's not a fireplace, but it is a place of fire. For $5, oh god, I'm gonna have to get the page up. Give me the page. Let's see. For $5, part of it's set up in a Kickstarter kind of way where there's goals as well. So we're trying to get gaming servers, so we can have button mash gaming servers and play things together, which would be awesome. And then I can do videos based on those servers. For $5, you will be whitelisted on any of those servers and you will be able to play on them. For $10, I will be allowing you to have some say in what actually goes up on the channel. I'll be putting out polls and things, and you can say, I want to see more of this game, I want to see more of this game, I want to see more of this game, and I want you to do more of this, I want you to do less of this, and you can actually have a say in what goes up on the channel. You can direct me to a certain extent. I will still have power of veto when you start saying I want you to play Bad Rats or Air Control. I may turn... Actually, no, that'll probably be fairly fun to play. I don't know. I may turn around and say no. I have power of veto, but I'll definitely be listening at that level. For $15, I'll be doing prize giveaways. Because devs tend to... as I've said before, I've got loads of keys. Devs tend to give extra ones as well from time to time. Oh, where did you come from, Rock Jelly? Get smashed. So devs tend to give away extra keys, so I do have a bunch lying around, so... And I have little to do with them, so I may as well give back to the community. This is all about giving back to you and giving you extra opportunities and things and awesome stuff. So, for $15, you can get into some prize giveaways. For $30, I will credit you at the end of all of my videos. So you can have your name on there and make the whole world know that you made this possible. And for $50, if you're a crazy person and want to give me $50, and I don't believe anybody would, but if you are, that would be awesome. For $50, I will send you actual physical things in the mail as a thank you. I make stuff. I mean, if you check out the Button Mash Facebook page, you'll see photos of like merch and stuff we've done for events. We do tend to manufacture a few bits of swag, so I will put together bundles of swag and things and send them your way. And I can talk to you about what games you like, and I will make swag appropriate to things that you like, and that would be awesome. So those are the things that you can do over on my Patreon page, which will be linked in the outro presently, but that's going to do it for today, I think. This floor has taken me much longer than I had anticipated, but there we go. So I have been Meroka, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Yeah!